Were you ever purged when you was at Bethune-Cookman or FAMU?
I was not purged, but you always hear about the financial oddities in HBCUs, right? And I stood in a lot of long lines, and I may have been last to get in a class, but I was never purged from class. How about y'all? Have y'all ever been purged?
Mario would talk better than that one. I was on.
I got purged once, man. It was it was a bad experience, but I mean, I got lucky though. Like I got purged. It's crazy because when I was in school, I was in the Army Reserve, so like the military paying for my classes. Like, what are you doing here? Why you gonna kick me out? Like my money's good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But nah, I got purged, man. Like a half an hour waiting in line.
That's crazy.
Pissed off at the world, but we got it together though. We got it together.
Well, yeah, I've been to where they didn't let you in the class because some money didn't come in.
Right. Yeah, they ain't let you in the class.
HBCUs, they play that 3-card money, which even if you got a scholarship. Like, wait, I thought I had extra money. Well, we had to put that towards something else,
Look, when we was in school, it was an auditorium full of desks, and you had to get in your line, and you had to get your stamp validated. And so when you show up at the class, the teacher let me see your validation slip.
Right.
Some people just walk around campus like, man, that line was too long. They like, well, that way you can't sit in my class. And
we had the same thing, man.
You had to go stand in that line. So the validation class, and I worked at Howard about purging. So I've been used to purging since I was at TSU. Worked at Howard, and they were like, "Oh, we about to implement purging." I'm like, "Great, that should be good. Y'all ain't been doing this. Interesting." Wow. Man, when they purge these kids, they protest everything at Howard. By the way, they protest everything.
I believe it.
So they purged these kids. It was such an uproar. The president made a statement, and they did it only one semester, and it went away.
Wow.
And I said, wow, y'all coddle these kids. I said, TSU, they still purging people.
Wow.
And it's a known thing. Like, you literally know, all right, I didn't get in this class at 1:00, but some people gonna get purged, and I could probably get in at 11:00. Like, you know this.
That's crazy.
And they don't do it at Howard. They did it for one semester and it went away. And I was just like, wow, they so privileged. They don't even know.
Wow. It's like, what's that game? The Hunger Games or something, man. You know what I'm saying? With education, but they don't do that. What's the big school in DC? UDC or something like that? American University. They don't do that over there. Georgetown.
Yeah. Who had the better homecoming, FAM or Bethune-Cookman?
Wow. Depending on what you're looking for, probably. FAM, you had more people, and it does have more people, so you got people come from all over the state and all over the world. Bethune is like a family environment, but it can get wild, and I know more people there when I go, just because it's less of us. So for me, I'm telling on myself, but I enjoy the Bethune homecoming just because it's a little smaller, a little more control. But now I'm gonna tell you, the FAM homecoming is really nice though too. I can't. It's hard to say, bro.
How Bethune ain't tear this beach up, man? Like, this should be like every Friday should be a party on the beach. Like, how does this not take place? Like, what is the thing with the beach and the campus? Like,
hey man, these old white people everywhere are trying to, bro. Spring break was in Daytona when I was in school.
Yeah,
they went to Panama City. Now I think it must be in Miami. Yeah. So the case in point, these old white people don't want y'all there. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's where you got a lock on the beach.
If you want to stay in school, you might want to just be quiet, But no, you're right though, man. It was great being close to the beach, man. We had classes where we went to the beach, man. We had this one guy, Dr. Johns, man. He was so cool. We just walk on the beach and pick up seashells in class. You know what I'm saying? It was really cool. Yeah, man. It was a great experience, man. I wouldn't trade it for the world, man, for sure.
So talk about experience. Like, what's one experience you had being at an HBCU that you use today in your career?
Man, well, brother, that I was telling you about, that roommate was roommates with my wife's dad. He said, if you don't dazzle them with your knowledge, fool them with your BS, right? And then he would say, like Bishop, he would tell this to the class. He said, y'all need to be like Holifield. He may not know what he's talking about, but he gonna act like it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what it's about.
But the crazy thing about it is I worked for a Caucasian guy about a year ago, and he said the same thing verbatim. If you can't fool them with your knowledge. So that must be like a saying somewhere. But and it's probably not the best thing, the most wholesome thing to tell your kids, but I think at the heart of it is basically saying be confident. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Confidence goes a long way. Trust goes a long way. When people are entrusting you with your money, your finances, your medication, man, they just want to make sure that they can trust you, or that, you know, being connected to a spiritual entity kind of makes you want to be friendly with people. It teaches you to be friends, to be a good neighbor. So I mean, people value that, man. I mean, it's not that complicated, man. When you're nice to people, they kind of sometimes you can kind of de-escalate things and they'll listen to you, you know.
Fake it till you make it.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. And if you make it, it ain't fake no more. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you. Give me your top 3 best MCs all time.
Okay. Wow. I'm gonna go number 1. I'm gonna go Rakim.
Okay.
That show you how old I am. Number 2. This is my favorite one. My favorite all time is probably number 2, Big Daddy Kane.
Oh wow, okay.
And number 3, okay, I left some good people off the list. It's gonna be a three-way tie for number 3.
Right,
you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Right. Number 3, I'm gonna go Jay-Z, man.
Okay, I like it.
Number 3, I'm gonna go Jay-Z. And you could probably flip that but I think in a way, you kind of got to put Big Daddy Kane ahead of Jay-Z, because if you're a rap historian, who did Jay-Z open up for when he was on tour? Big Daddy Kane. You know, he came in on Big Daddy Kane's back pretty much. And
OG.
Yeah, and Big Daddy Kane was he could be a lover in some instances. But I love Big Daddy Kane because he was not too cool to dance. And if you go to his concert right now, you got Scoop Lover, you got Scrap Lover. They're gonna do this thing and follow each other and do the spin. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's not just his rapping; it's his showmanship, man. And I'm gonna tell you this too. It's a guy out there that I think if it's a party, if you're doing a verses, I didn't see the verses, but Ja Rule, if you have women in the crowd, he gonna mess you up, man.
I think that's where Drake got it from. Ja Rule.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think all Ja Rule's hooks had he had Ashanti on it, he had Jennifer Lopez on it. So because I went to a concert of his, because it was a concert, it was like Anthony Hamilton, Joe, and Ja Rule, and I was like, what's wrong with this picture, right? But I went to the concert. Ja Rule, take his shirt off. He still got that, and then he hyped the whole time, and the women are singing the whole time. And if you get the women going at the show,
have y'all seen the Murder Inc. story yet?
I haven't seen that.
Amazing story. So about Ja Rule, he didn't start making those records until he was on ecstasy.
Whoa!
And he tell that. In the Irv got it tells you, he said the ecstasy drug was like syrup to the guys. Yeah. Now, he said that was kind of like the thing. And so he said Ja got on ecstasy and he started making girl records. And what them girl records doing?
Yeah.
Longevity. And that's what he known for, the girl records. Like, think about it. You don't think of Ja Rule rapping, you think of the joints he was
right. So I'm not saying he's the best MC, but I'm saying that as far as showmanship, you got to give the brothers due. Got to give the brothers due. No disrespect to Tupac and Biggie. I feel bad.
Yeah, no Pac, no Nas. Come on,
I know, man. I had to switch it up. They definitely my top 6, but that's a hard. But nobody ever gives Big Daddy and Rakim love, so I felt like, honestly, Rakim changed the game, man.
I hear it a lot with some OGs. They talk about Rakim a lot.
Rakim changed it. If you go back and listen to some of his lyrics now, I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke, but I slam it when I'm done just to make sure it's broke. I mean, he was doing it different, man. He was doing it different, man. Do you think about when Tupac made Juice, right? Who did the soundtrack? Rakim, right?
Rakim did, yeah.
Classic movie right there, man.
Yeah, classic. Bro, so
and what was Tupac name in that movie?
Bishop.
Come on. Don't play with me.
I know your boy Dr. Dre was supposed to do an album with Rakim, man. So I think if that album ever would have came out, I think that would have gave him shine, because it would have been like a rebirth to like a newer generation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And another thing about Jay-Z now, so I'm riding the fence, but did you hear, when first of all, he got the brothers on at the Super Bowl, right? I mean, that's how you bring
everybody was waiting on that. Everybody like, all right, when you gonna have an all-black Super Bowl? When it's coming?
Yeah, so he's like really running NFL now, or part. He has a seat at the table, no doubt, right? Mm-hmm. But as a result of that, I did not know that on that song, with the Lex episode with Dr. Dre and Snoop, I didn't know Jay-Z wrote all of their lyrics. I knew he used to probably ghostwrite for Dr. Dre, but he also wrote Snoop's lyrics. And Snoop said, like, he was like, I mean, that's what shocked me that Snoop admitted it. Because Jay-Z never, he ain't never say it. That might have been contractual. But Snoop was like, yeah, man, he made it sound like something we would say. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's artwork. Jada Kiss did the same thing for Puffy a lot of times. I think he ghost wrote for, not that Puffy had no profound lyrics, but